Yo, what is up, guys? It is me, Sergeant Pianta here. This is a video that I want to make for a little while now. Growing up, I played baseball my entire life. I still play baseball now. And, obviously I love Mario. Mario Kart Tour is one of the main focuses of my channel. But growing up, man, Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii was my favorite game ever, man. I would play that game all the time. I'd wake up so early to play it. And it was just a really fun game. So many of my friends played it growing up. We would go to each other's houses and play it together. And it's pretty mind-boggling that at this point in the Nintendo Switch's lifespan, we haven't had a new Mario baseball game. It's crazy. We've had new Mario Strikers recently. We've had a Mario Tennis Aces came out years ago. We had Mario Golf Super Rush, and Mario Baseball is the only one that hasn't gotten a reboot in the series. And it's pretty crazy because that, in my opinion, was definitely one of the more successful ones out of the bunch. But anyway, today we are here. I'm gonna just tell you guys really what I want to see in this game. I have some really high hopes for this. I do think it's going to come eventually. With this, the last Nintendo Direct that we had just gotten, I feel like it's got to be coming sooner than later. I feel like within the next year or so, we could have it announced, especially with the new Switch coming out next year. I definitely think it could be a good headline for it. It's just a super popular series. So, yeah, guys, let's get right into it. Obviously, with this game, the characters are what draws everybody in. I mean, we have the biggest roster in any Mario spin-off game, any Mario game in general. I think there's 40-some characters in it. And then we have some super obscure characters, like King K. Rool, Critter, Tiny Kong. We have a lot of those niche Donkey Kong characters. And if you guys know me at all, man, I fucking love King K. Rool. King K. Rool is my favorite video game character ever, my favorite character ever by any means. He is number one. I just love the guy. I grew up with him, and he's my main in Smash too. But that really introduced me to King K. Rool, man, Mario Sluggers. So I feel like this next game, it's got to have a crazy amount of characters as well. So I think that all of the original characters from Mario Super Sluggers, they should all return, even the super niche ones, Pianta, Noki, all the Kongs, like I said, King K. Rool, Critter, Blooper, Petey Piranha, all those guys. Every single character should return. And on top of that, we have a bunch of new ones that I just want to list off for you guys. I feel like captains could be the same. We could also get a couple new ones, and I'll talk about that in this list that I have here. So first off, we got Charging Chuck. I mean, that is not really a surprise. He's been playable in a couple of spin-offs now. He's been in Mario Kart Tour. He's been in Mario Golf Super Rush. Obviously a super prominent enemy, so I think he's a lock. Then we have Poochy from Yoshi's Island. I feel like Poochie's definitely a good pick as well. Just why not? Playable Mario Kart Tour has been a lot more relevant lately. And then sticking on the Yoshi's Island theme, we got Baby Wario. He's the only baby that didn't make it in the Super Sluggers. Obviously, we have Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Peach, Daisy, and then we had DK, which was his only playable appearance, Baby DK. So why not have Baby Wario as well? I feel like it just makes sense, and he's definitely cool, baby. You know what, I'm actually lying. He was in Dr. Mario World. Baby Wario was in there. It was pretty cool to see him in there, so I feel like it'd be nice to bring him back. And that's a pretty obscure character from Yoshi's Island, just from some Mario games, but it's the Yukiki, the little monkeys. I feel like it'd be cool to have a monkey in the game that's not a Kong. And Yuki's just pretty, he's pretty memorable. He's been around for a really long time as a side character, ever since the GameCube days, so I feel like it'd be cool to have him in as playable. And then we have Nabbit. That's a no-brainer. Nabbit's been really, he's been really relevant recently. Now we're going to get into a new captain, I think. It's going to be Rosalina. For a team name, I think Rosalina Comets would be pretty cool. Rosalina Stars, anything Galaxy theme would be fitting. And then characters for her team, Luma. That's obviously a given. Luma's very popular. We have Lubba. I feel like that would be a really cool pick as well. Just a nice big brawl like Luma that could smash the ball. I feel like that would be dope. And then we have the Penguin, specifically from Mario 64, but I feel like they were the most prominent in Galaxy. They had a lot of appearances in Galaxy, so I feel like it would be cool to finally get a Penguin as a playable character. I mean, if we're getting Goombas as playable in this game, they don't have arms, so why not make the Penguin playable as well? And then we have Honey Queen from Mario Kart 7. That was her spin-off appearance. And then obviously in Galaxy, where she originated from, I put on this list maybe Honeybee, her little bees, the sidekicks. I think that would also be a decent pick as well. Could go either way with them. They're not that memorable. They're just little sidekicks of the Honey Queen, but I feel like, throw them in there, why not? And then I put Guillermo too from Mario Galaxy. I feel like I was trying to making this list, I was trying to pick one more character from Galaxy, and this is just a character that I feel like had the most appearances. Guillermo's seen in a lot of levels in the beginning and the end, so I feel like why not have them as a character, even though this is their only appearance. If we had a Mario Baseball, I don't think they'd get in at all, but just for the sake of this list, this is my hopes, so why not? And then Baby Rosalina, I mean, they're probably going to add her. Not that I really care that much about her, but they're sticking on the route with adding babies, so, I'm sure they throw in Baby Rosalina. And now to another captain, I picked Pauline, because she's been super prominent ever since her return in Odyssey. She's been in Mario Strikers, she's been in Mario Kart Tour, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as DLC. She's in, what else? She was in Mario Tennis Aces, and I think she was in Mario Golf Super Rush. So she's had a lot of appearances since her return. And for her team, I'm picking a couple of characters from from Odyssey, obviously. I picked Cappy and Tiara. I feel like they're givens. They were sidekicks in Odyssey. Well, not sidekicks. Tiara really wasn't. She kind of got saved at the end, but Cappy was, along with Mario the entire journey. So I feel like that would be pretty cool to have them in, see them back since then. And then we have the Brutals. These are kind of the Koopalings of Odyssey. I feel like these characters would be really sick to have in the game, just because we only had that appearance of them in Odyssey. They were pretty memorable as well. You fought boss battles dozens of times against those guys throughout the games. Specifically, there was the 4 Brutals. We got Topper, Rango, Harriet, and Sport. Or Spewart, whatever the fuck his name is. But I feel like they would definitely be cool picks. And then out of these characters, I feel like my favorite to add would be Madame Brood. I feel like she would be dope, bro. Just a huge, big bunny character that would smash the ball. I feel like she'd be a really cool character to add in. Now straying off from Odyssey, put the Sprixie Princess in here as well. She was in, obviously, Mario 3D World, and she was playable in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash on the Wii U. But she hasn't had an appearance since then, so I think she should have a couple appearances. Really kind of unique looking character, so I feel like why not have her in, along with all her skins as well, not just the green one that we had playable in Ultra Smash. And now I put King Bob-omb on this list. King Bob-omb, again, he's been relevant lately. He's obviously an OG to the Mario series. He was in Mario Kart Tour. He was in Mario Golf Super Rush as well. So why not have him in? I put King Goomba, or Goomba King, from early Mario games. I know he's the boss in Mario Kart DS. I feel like he would just be kind of like a nice throwback character to have. I haven't seen him in a minute. And that's what I feel like these the baseball games specifically have done, especially in Super Sluggers, was bring back kind of niche characters that really weren't playable. Like King K. Rool and Critter, I mean, that was their last appearance besides in the Smash series, was in Mario Super Sluggers. So I feel like this could kind of be their thing to get these characters back. If there's an appearance that they're going to make, just let it be in this new baseball game. And then I put the Bruiser, again, a villain that hasn't been seen much recently, but he was very prominent in Mario, Super Mario Brothers on the DS. He was pretty cool there. He was in the Wii as well, I believe. Just a cool looking character. He could be a powerhouse too. And then I put Spike. Obviously, Spike is getting a lot of recognition, playable in a lot of spin-offs, so why not? And then I put Fly Guy as well on this list. Only playable in Mario Power Tennis, but hasn't had much relevancy over the last couple Mario games. I don't think he has had any appearances, to be honest with you, but still, Shy Guy's a really loved characters, and Fly Guy is as well, so why not put him in the game? And then I also had Flutter on this list, which is the Wiggler with wings. Another super old character that not many people remember, is seen in Yoshi's Island series sometimes, but I want the older look of Flutter with the orange nose, and it kind of had a darker tone of yellow to him than a regular Wiggler. The more recent Flutter they've used is kind of just this Wiggler with wings. There's no differences besides that, so I want the OG Flutter. And then I put Bandit on this list. I feel like, again, another old school character, but that's what I feel like this is going to be about, just bringing these old school characters back as playable characters. It would be just really fun, and Bandit's pretty cool too. And now I'm just going to say all these, I'm going to list all these off together because they're kind of in the same boat. We got Boom Boom, Pom Pom, obviously we know those guys. A lot more relevant recently. And then I put all the Koopalings, Larry, Lemmy, Wendy, Roy, Iggy, Morton, and Ludwig. I feel like they kind of have to be in the game if we get one. No reason for them not to be in. I mean, they've been in Mario Kart. They have appearances in every new Super Mario Brothers game. So, why not bring them back? And I put Dry Bowser on this list. I feel like that's a kind of a lock. Dry Bowser, once again, playable a lot of spin-offs recently. No reason not to have him. And then this is kind of a cool pick. I put Stella from Princess Peach Showtime. I feel like that would be a nice character to have from that game. And I feel like that's something that Sluggers did really well, is that put a couple characters or one character from a certain Mario game and represent them, and Stella would be the perfect representation for Princess Peach Showtime. And now I got a couple characters from Mario Wonder. I got Prince Florian. Honestly, I would have avoided putting Florian, and next character I'll say right now, Poplin. I would avoid putting them on the list personally, just because I feel like they just weren't that prominent in Mario Odyssey enough to make them characters. But I'm sure they would add some content from. I think I said Odyssey. I'm sorry. I mean Wonder. I'm sure they would add some content from Super Mario Wonder in this new Mario Baseball game if we were to get one. So I feel like Florian and Poplin would be the two picks. But for me personally, I could care less. Now we're going to go to the Luigi's Mansion series. We got a couple characters from here. We got Professor Egad. I think Egad would be dope. I'm surprised he hasn't had any playable appearance in any spin-off. It's kind of fucking bizarre that he's kind of just been off the radar, but I feel like this is definitely going to be his chance. And then I put Helen Gravely, the new big boss from the most recent Luigi's Mansion game. I feel like she would be so sick. Also, she hasn't had much appearance since then. Any appearance at all, to be honest with you. But still, she's pretty memorable. Really cool-looking character, too. Unique looking, so I feel like she'd be dope. And then I also put, this one's super niche, but I put Chauncey from the OG Luigi's Mansion, one of the portrait ghosts. I feel like he was just really memorable, and he used to scare the shit out of me as a kid when I played that game, man. That cry that he had would just fuck me up. But I feel like he's a really cool character, bro. Just imagine fucking hitting as Chauncey. And it's like the thing that gets me kind of excited is thinking of all these characters that, obviously, not all of these characters will make it. I'm sure it'd be a huge roster, but I mean, if I were to nail spot on, I'm not a fucking prophet, you know what I mean? But, like, just to think, like, the interactions between these characters, like, you got Chauncey, you got King K. Rool, you got Bruiser, you got Poplin. All these characters have never had interactions on the baseball field playing together. That's what's pretty awesome about this. That's what's exciting to me. And then after Chauncey, I put a couple generic ghosts, just the OG ghosts from Luigi's Mansion that come up in the Luigi's Mansion course in the outfield. In Sluggers, I feel like that would be cool just to have them as regular characters. Obviously, we don't need to. I just kind of threw them in. Why not? But yeah, why not? And then I also put Polterpup. I feel like Polterpup, he has had a lot of appearances since his first one. And yeah, he's a mainstay to the Luigi's Mansion series at this point. So why not have him in, Luigi's companion in the game. So I feel like that would be cool. Also, we could put Gooigi in here. I actually didn't have him on the list, but I just thought of it off the top of my head. For some reason, Gooigi's like super popular. A lot of people wanted him in Mario Kart, and a lot of people wanted him as like an Echo Fighter in Smash I've seen, but like, that's not gonna happen. But in a spin-off game, sure, why not? We could have Gooigi. And now I'm getting to some Kongs. This is my last of the list, but this is where, me personally, I think it would be so cool, man, just to add some more Kongs. So we got Cranky Kong. That would obviously, I feel like Cranky Kong would definitely happen if we got this game. Because he's just the most relevant Kong that hasn't had a playable appearance. He's in all the recent Donkey Kong Country games, Tropical Freeze, Returns, all those. He's in, and he is a main character along with the crew. And then this one is so sick, dude. Lanky Kong. Please add Lanky Kong, man. That would be so fun just to get him back. We haven't had him in a minute. I think his last appearance playable was in, oh man, the Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. Oh yeah, that's what it was called. That Donkey Kong racing game on the Wii. That was the last appearance of Lanky Kong. So it'd be so dope to get him back as a playable character. And just the fact that we already have Tiny Kong, we got K. Rool, we get all these older Donkey Kong characters, it makes me think that there's definitely a possibility for a character like Lanky Kong to get in the game. And then I also put Wrinkly Kong on here. This is one I could go, either way for. Me personally, I don't care for, but if she was in the game, that'd be sick. Obviously talking about her ghost form, not her weird old broad form from the OG Donkey Kong Country 64. And then the last character I have on this list is Candy Kong, Donkey Kong's girlfriend. Again, character that hasn't had relevance at all, but I think it would be so fucking cool to get her back in the game. As you guys can see, I'm constantly talking about King K. Rool and the Kongs in this whole list. That is my favorite series. I love Donkey Kong. I really do love King K. Rool. I love the older school DK, like the DS Wii era DK, where we're still getting the Kremlins, just in newer models. I think it was really cool, man. And especially in Barrel Blast, we were getting characters like all these Kremlings that had like like a backstory to them, like Kludge and Calypso and Kip and Cass, Copter. All those characters were so dope, bro. I would love if all of them were in this game, but I didn't put them on the list. But let's add Kludge, man. Fuck it. Let's add Kludge. Alright, guys, so that's it for the characters. That's kind of what I wanted to touch on for the most part with this new game. I feel like with stages, you know, I feel like we're gonna get kind of new stages for every character. Besides like Mario Stadium, you know, that's a lock. It's gonna obviously get some graphic upgrades, just like we're gonna, you know, just like it's bound to happen. It's no surprise that would happen. And then, you know, we can get Donkey Kong Jungle back, Yoshi Park back, some of the favorites. And then for Waluigi, I feel like we get like a Waluigi pinball stage, Waluigi casino stage would be sick. I love gambling, so fuck it, throw in a casino. So yeah, man, I mean, you know, with stages, it could go either way. And then obviously minigames. And minigames and sluggers were so fun. I feel like we should keep all those, maybe just, and then add a couple more really nice ones, really fun ones. I feel like that would be so sick. And then trying to think of what else, man. Yeah, obviously the story mode should stay. Story mode is phenomenal. Just make it a brand new story mode. You know, kind of the same premise, I guess. Bowser's trying to take over the baseball aisle with his team, you know, whatever the case may be. But you know, the thing about sluggers that made it great was like these cutscenes, seeing these characters interact, just the accuracy that they really made. Characters getting hit by pitches, home run trots, like stuff like that was just so dope, man. It really was really cool in sluggers. So I hope that they would stick with that in this new Mario Baseball game. And I truly do think that we could be seeing a new Mario Baseball game sooner than later. I really do. I've been thinking that for a while now, but I feel like I was honestly shocked that we didn't get one in this past Direct, in this June Direct that we just had a few days ago. I was really shocked that we didn't get an announcement of Mario Baseball game, because it's just so weird that Sluggers was probably the most successful, well, Sluggers and Strikers, those are the most successful games on the Wii when it comes to like Mario spin-offs, along with Mario Kart. But like, they were the best, you know, no doubt, bro. Like, Sluggers was a fan favorite. It's had sold a shit ton of copies. So I'm just kind of shocked that that we haven't gotten it back. And I honestly feel like the reason we haven't gotten it back is because Nintendo doesn't want to fuck it up. Because I feel like if they were to do it, they definitely wouldn't put in all the characters. Like, I would love to think that they would add all the characters back from Sluggers and then like 40 more. So just make it like the biggest roster ever. But I just feel like they wouldn't. I feel like they wouldn't do it, man. You know, but there's no reason not to, bro. Just like keep the roster massive if you're gonna do it. Keep the game fun, man. Keep these character interactions. And yeah, man, that'll be a fucking amazing game, dude. It'll be the best fucking spin-off game ever, bro. I'm so excited for it. Because it's going to come eventually. And when it comes, I'm sure it's going to be great. Just bring the characters back, Nintendo. Bring King K. Rool, man. Come on, bring these Kongs, dude. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for my video. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, sub. Let me know in the comments, too, what y'all think about a new Sluggers game. And that'll be it. Peace out.